This video is gonna be a little loaded. I don't even know how to approach this right because there's just so much. So I know that this video might be a little bit triggering for some because I'm gonna be equally calling you out, but also hopefully giving you a new point of view. Give your body a chance. So many of us are setting our own bodies up for failure, being our own body's worst enemy, and not giving our body the proper chance to get you where you wanna be because we have not learned how to properly do that. And there is so much damaging information online and by the FDA that we are not giving enough importance to. Whoever this video may find, please know that I'm also making this video as a message for myself. I don't have to know you to know that in one way or another, I understand you. And I know that you think that you're alone fighting this battle internally. I see you. I promise you, you and I share the same grievances. It's exhausting. Had every eating disorder that you can find in a book. When I say every, I mean every. I've tried every diet, lifestyle, approach. I have had my personal training certificate before. I have gained a ton of weight, lost a ton of weight, hypertrophy. I had to fix my metabolism, fix my body with EDs, fix my hormones. It's been a long process. Even though you may find people online who struggle with the same thing, in your day-to-day, it's a lonely road because none of us actually want to say out loud how much this consumes us. None of us want to admit how much we actually can't stop thinking about food, how all you think about is your next meal, how many calories have I consumed, what ingredients have I consumed, how bloated I may be. Like, it's hard. The amount of knowledge, growth, and resilience that I have learned and absorbed because of how passionate I am about this and because of how much I've had to use myself as a guinea pig in the last many years of my life. I am so eternally grateful that I have this experience, that I'm able to help the people that I can help. I know that this world sets so many of us up for failure. It may seem like it's impossible, but it's not. I don't think I can make you understand how bad it was for me. When I say you can do it, I'm telling you, you can do it. So I'm gonna share my thoughts with you. This may go against a lot of what you may have heard, and I'm only really talking about my experience and my experience with fat loss, body recomposition as a woman, as somebody who has had really jacked up hormones. This is what I find has worked for me and for a lot of people who haven't been able to find success in the more traditional information you find out there. And a lot of the times, I wish, like, men, some of you need to shut the hell up when it comes to this with women. I see some people on TikTok who are like, it's really simple. All you gotta do is hypertrophy and always push to failure and da 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 da. And the thing is, you don't fucking know. You don't know what it's like to be a woman who is highly sensitive to stress, highly sensitive to hormone fluctuations, who have different requirements. No, it's not that simple. So that being said, let me break this down for you. I also want to say that when I say that a lot of you need to give your body a chance, is because you're not giving your body the proper platform to be able to work with you. And that comes to your own responsibility and your own choices. However, I don't blame you because these are not things that they teach us. There's a lot of misinformation online and there's a lot of really damaging corporations and industries out there that really only want your money and want to set you up for failure. I made a video not long ago how I have started to go into the animal-based diet, and that video more so breaks down the diet and how it has changed my body. So in nutrition aspect, I'm not really going to touch on that too much. Let me just say this. If you're looking for a quick fix on how to be really skinny and how to lose all this fat and da 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 da, this video is not for you. Anyone that's trying to sell you that should make you run the other way. I have seen influencers and I have seen trainers who have put people on a 1,200 calorie diet, and even me as a 5'2" girl, it led me to binging, it led me to disaster, and those influencers really need to get checked. So what I'm gonna touch on goes beyond the physical aspect of everything. It touches on what's happening on the inside. That mental aspect is maybe even more important. Until we address this, I don't think you can really get to where you want. Your body is so much smarter than you think. It's okay to have a goal, aesthetic goal, a weight goal, as long as it's healthy and sustainable. I think if you are on the path of wanting to heal your body, hormones, have your body functioning like it's meant to function, sometimes being skinny, mini, needs to get out of your consciousness. And I know that may be hard to hear, but the moment that got out of my #1 priority, I brought it down onto my list, the easier this whole process got. Because the truth is, so many of our bodies need a ton of repairing that it's gonna be a long road for it to be able to get there in autopilot. You're gonna have weight fluctuation, moments of having more hunger, moments of being more stressed out. You have to be okay with that ebb and flow. You have to be okay with seeing your body fluctuate, because that is just part of the process. The way we talk to ourselves, the way we allow ourselves to enjoy certain things, fall off the path for a second, it all affects your body. There was a study done where there was 2 groups of rats, I believe, were fed the same diet, very high in bad cholesterols and like not the best diets, but one group given a lot of love while they ate this, being pet, and the other group wasn't. And the way that the group with the love metabolized these ingredients was a lot different than the other group. And the way that their body responded was a lot more positive. And I can attest to this because when I can allow myself to enjoy things guilt-free, not feel bad about eating above my caloric limitations, enjoying a certain brownie. If I go on vacation and I gain a bit more weight, it's okay because it's gonna go into my muscle building and then that's gonna benefit me even more. I noticed that my body doesn't bloat up as much. My body doesn't hold on to like water and stress because I'm very sensitive. My body responds to stress very noticeably. And I'm actually giving my body some enjoyment and a break from all the diet and a break from all the perfectionism. Equally though, there's a part of that where sometimes that can be used too much as an excuse to allow yourself to make too many bad decisions. I'm someone that I can't, you put restrictions on me and I will find a way to break through that. I don't know if it's a self-sabotage thing, I cannot have limitations on me. But sometimes because I would want to be like, I don't want to have limitations, so I'm going to allow myself this. It kept me stuck in a plateau because I kept on not being disciplined. And so there has to be a line of knowing that I'm still nourishing my body, that I'm still nourishing my mind, versus knowing when I'm overdoing it, when I want to self-sabotage, when I'm wanting to eat because I'm uncomfortable with stillness, bored, because I just want to feel something. Knowing to identify those things are very, very important. And it brings on another layer to this. When you start talking about like autism, ADHD, that need to constantly have stimulation is also something that I've had to check myself on. I'm someone that have told myself in the past that I'm addicted to sugar, that I'm addicted to food, that I love food too much, just wanting to give in to past patterns because it's what's familiar. The narratives that I would tell myself, being able to identify those things and not let it control me was a huge part of me starting to see results in my body. But getting there, that's what's really hard. What helped me get there? The self-awareness part, meditation, sets you apart from your mind and you're able to identify your reactions, identify your thoughts, apart from your consciousness. The second part of that is being very in tune with your body. There's a lot of learning that goes into this part. I learned how to treat my body depending on where I'm at in my cycle and how my body reacts when I'm not getting enough sleep, when I'm very stressed out, when I eat certain things, when I'm around certain people, certain environments. Learning that my body is only responding to what I'm putting it through. This is where you start to be able to identify and talk to yourself when you're having these moments of being extra hungry, more stressed, being able to understand why it's doing it and not blaming yourself for it, and how to work around it and knowing I can tell that I'm craving things a little more because I'm craving chocolate more, craving carbs more because I'm about to start my period. I haven't been sleeping well, so my satiety hormones are a little bit off, so it makes sense that I'm a little more hungry. Talking to myself like that, even though not everything needs to be explained, versus talking to myself in a way like, why am I always so fucking hungry? Why is it that I can't stop eating? It is night and day when you learn to identify your triggers, your patterns, identify your self-talk. Like I said, it's only responding to what it's experiencing. And so we see a lot of things nowadays that are so damaging. And I am such a huge advocate of animal-based diet because it, like I said in the video that I made, it has transformed my body. My period finally is coming exactly at almost every 4 weeks. My hormones have been fixed after having so many issues and nobody was able to help me. My body recompositioning, the way my muscles have been growing, the way my body shape has changed. I see so many things online that are actually doing so much more harm than people realize because we have told ourselves that it's okay. The amount of fake sugars, the amount of fake ingredients, the amount of substitute ingredients, as long as it's 0 calories, it's okay, even though it has all these other ingredients that just ruin your gut health, that end up affecting your mental health, that affect your output and your outlook in life. It's all connected. Like I said in my animal-based video, I'm someone that I thought I ate really healthy. I ate so many vegetables, protein powder every day, protein bars every day. And I thought I was eating so healthy, so many different kinds of supplements and this and this and that. And my body, over time, it just kept on holding weight and being inflamed. Yes, now I still eat certain things. I'll still have like a tub of Jenny's ice cream in my fridge, package of protein powder, because sometimes I can't hit my protein goals with just eating meat all the time. So it's not like it's perfect and I have flexibility, but I prioritize being healthier than not. And the thing is, depending on where you're at, your mind works, depending on how addictive your personality might be, sometimes this whole talk of moderation might just not apply to you. That might not be for forever. But if you know that you're somebody that if you have one taste of chocolate, you will start binging a ridiculous amount, you might need to get yourself in a point. Maybe you just can't eat that chocolate. Maybe you need to be more disciplined to get yourself to a point where you can indulge a little bit more. So that's all gonna be personal to you. But what I'm saying is you have a lot more control than you think. When you start to prioritize actually fueling your body, the happiness, the stress-freeness of your life, proper ingredients, the food, your body is going to respond a lot more differently. My biggest goal isn't eating at a calorie deficit. Sometimes I go a little bit over, sometimes I eat more maintenance, sometimes I eat a little bit lower, and it's fine. The thing is, for me, my biggest priority really is I try to keep my proteins high. I eat more fats because it's more satiating and it's really good for my hormones. I eat more proteins because I want to hold on to as much muscle as I can, especially if I'm losing fat, and because it's a lot more satiating. And then I eat a bit of carbs here and there with sometimes when I want to indulge some ice cream, if I want to eat some fruits, if I want to go out and have a bit of pasta sometime in the week. I don't focus too much on can I substitute something for low calorie or 0 calorie or this. I try to eat real food and nourish my body, because then when I actually do that and I'm actually feeling satiated, I don't feel the need to keep on snacking and binging on other things. So sometimes people fall into this trap of low calorie, low this and this and that. It sets you up in a trap, because then your body is actually craving for real food and you keep on eating all this other crap that just sets you up for even more failure. So I'm not here to say don't indulge, don't enjoy certain things, but understand that you are a lot more responsible for how your body is reacting to what you're giving it. And this road might be a little bit longer than you want it to be. For me, it took years to finally get here, but I'm happy I did it this way. The faster you get a result, the faster it could be to lose it. I've been now on an animal-based diet for 6 months and I've gained weight and I've lost weight, gained muscle, lost muscle, and I've been kind of fluctuating, but I see my body transforming into exactly what I've always wanted it to be. And not only feeling so strong in here, but in here. It's been a long road, but I would rather do it this way and have it be sustainable than to get this quick fix because I ate so low in my calories and then feel like I need to maintain that, eat like that for the rest of my life to maintain the goals that I want to have in that short time and moment. Weight loss and fat loss are not the same thing. Ideally, you would want to have fat loss and hold on to more muscle and be a little bit heavier than just be really low on the scale. Muscle is way more than fat. We know that, right? But when you hold on to more weight, when you have more muscle and density, not only are you going to be able to shit by yourself when you're older and carry things up the stairs when you're older, you can metabolize insulin spikes and sugar a lot better. You can enjoy things a lot more guilt-free. You burn more calories by just sitting around, so you're able to eat more foods without it affecting your weight. The goal shouldn't always be lowest number on the scale. So yeah, that's a little bit harder. It takes more strategy and keeping your proteins an adequate amount. A lot of people overestimate how much protein you really need. If you eat too much protein, it actually spikes your glucose, which can lead to other issues for some people and more hunger. So that's a whole other topic. But yes, my point is it takes more strategy. Prioritizing muscle mass than just being heroin chic. You're gonna be so much happier and you can still look lean, you can still look toned and have muscle mass and look strong without it being bulky. Learning to have this self-love for yourself, that knowing that even when you gain a little bit of weight, I would see my body type on other people and I would think they look so sexy, like they look like a woman, but when I saw it on myself, because I wasn't like heroin chic skinny, it made me feel, I would be like, I look gross. And that's so sad to say out loud. But now I finally got to a point where sometimes I look a little bit more muscular, especially when I go traveling and stuff. But I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, yeah, I look strong. This might not be the ideal body type that I want right now. I look sexy. And so knowing that not only one body image is what's gonna make you look good in your own standards is gonna help you out a lot. And that takes a lot of mental strength. But the more untraditional advice that I would give for someone that wants to maybe lose a bit of body fat is work out less. And I know that that is counterintuitive. So many people are like, oh, but if you work out less, you have less energy expenditure and this and this and that. And yes, that's true. And this might not be for everybody. I'm someone that I was hypertrophy, push till failure in the gym. And bro, my muscles, yeah, they grew, but it also increased my appetite so much. So when I started working out less and knowing my limits and knowing that I don't have to go for hypertrophy all the time and mixing in some Pilates and yoga, and especially working with the cycles of my period, follicular phase, maybe work out a little bit more because your estrogen is really good at handling stress. Luteal phase, chill out. Your exercise is gonna be walking, maybe one heavyweight exercise that day and the rest is gonna be body weight and Pilates. Prioritizing feeling safe and doing what feels good that period, game changer. When you move around a lot, whether that's walking too much or not fueling enough, not resting enough, and these things are stressors, you're gonna find that your hormones start going out of whack and that starts to affect your appetite even more. My point is, when your body and your mind starts to feel safe, protected, in control because of how you're taking care of it, because of how you're responding to what your body's trying to tell you, you're gonna start seeing results. Sometimes, dude, you just need to start swiping away on any video and content that you see that has to do with bodies, body image, and diets and the gym. Because the more that starts to be your focus, all you can think about sometimes. I want you to know that it's not impossible. What's impossible is trying to get your body to work with you when you're not even trying to work with your own body. Give your body a chance. It's a lot of relearning things, trial and error. Let yourself fall. Let yourself make mistakes. Fuck around and find out. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is your friend. Treat your body like a temple, but know how to have balance and enjoy life. The answer to life honestly, yin and yang, it's balance. It's not your fault. But when you do learn new information, when you do finally see through the veil, then at that point, those choices are your responsibility. Younger me never thought I would be here making this video for you. I hope this video helped whoever it was meant to help. And if you have any questions, you just need to talk, I am here for you. Just remind yourself that you are one powerful, sexy little thing, okay? All right.